friends, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome to my channel. My name is Jackie and let's get started. For DIY number one, I picked up one of these silver trays from my local thrift store, and it's really pretty because it's got like a mirror finish, and it was only $2.99 and it was half day, so I got it for $1.50. The problem is that it's all scratched up. There's really no way to repair this other than to paint it. So I decided to do a galvanized finish, a faux galvanized finish. And I'm going to use some white apple barrel paint, some gray apple barrel paint, and some black apple barrel paint. And I'm going to skip the silver because there's already silver as the base of this tray. So I went ahead and began with the gray, and I went ahead and began because the glare was just horrible. So I'm just taking this gray apple barrel paint, it's pewter, and I'm going to use this little dabber brush from the Dollar Tree. It's got a sponge on the end of it, rounded, and I'm going to cover the whole surface, even the handles, the hardware, all of it with this pewter. And now I'm going to add a little bit of black into my little dish, and also a little bit of white. All of it, they're all from apple barrel. So I'm just going to dab a little bit here, a little bit there, and just start dabbing and dabbing, dabbing, dabbing. And what I like to do to create a faux galvanized look is to make sure that all these paints kind of blend a little bit. So as you can see, the white there, those white little dabs, they won't stay white. I'll just keep dabbing them until they blend a little bit more. I mean, a little bit of white is not bad, and a little bit of silver is not bad, and a little bit of black is not bad. But what I want to do is just keep dabbing until the majority of the main color is not noticeable, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to keep dabbing and just keep working it and working it and working it until I get the look that I want. And the main thing here is just blend, 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 blend. And let me tell you, for someone that doesn't wear a lot of makeup, this blending is it's a challenge for me. Yeah, it would be great for my daughters because they love makeup, but me, yeah. But anyway, I'm going to darken up the handles a little bit more with some more of the black. Not straight black, but just black mixed with the gray. But I just want the handles to be a little bit darker than the rest of the piece. And then here it is. Here I'm pretty much happy with the way it looks. I think it has that galvanized look. So here it is, all nice and dry, and you can still see a little bit of the silver, but I'm good with that. And so now here I cut out a vinyl with my Cricut that says Mom, the heart of the family, and it's got a little heart in the center. So I place that down, rub it a little bit, and just pull off the contact paper. So this is actually contact paper from the Dollar Tree. It's not transfer paper. It's just good old contact paper. And from this side, it looks like it pulled some of the paint, but it didn't. It's just the shine of the light. And I did go in with Mod Podge a little bit later, but I didn't show it. And now here I'm taking some of this boxwood from Walmart, and I'm taking a few sprigs and kind of staging them where I think I want them, trying to get them to be a little bit even. And I'm going to snip off the ends because that's where they were stuck into the floral pick. So I'm just going to place them where I want them and go ahead and hot glue them in place. And now I'm going to add one of these pretty flowers from Walmart, and I'm just going to add a dab of glue and stick it in the center of my boxwood, because you know all mamas, they like that prettiness. And I'm going to add a little bit more of the boxwood on the sides just to make it a little bit more full. And pretty much that's it. Pretty much once I glue this in place as well, then I am done, and I'm just loving it. I think the full galvanized look is beautiful. What do you guys think? Today I'm participating in a Bonded by DIY collab, and it is hosted by MomDas Life Handmade, and she has invited Ellie from DIY House to Home and myself to be her guest and participate in this collab. So a little bit about MomDas. She has a channel that is full of content. She does all kinds of trash or treasure, dupes. Yes, she does all types of DIYs. And so I invite you to check out her channel. I'll leave the link to her channel in my description box below, as well as the link to this particular playlist for this collab. So please, when you're done watching my video, please head on over and follow the playlist. And also I'll pin it in my comments just in case the links don't work in the description box. And so let's get on with the crafts. Okay, DIY number 2, I'm taking one of these Hexagon mirrors from the Dollar Tree. And look, there's no mirror. No mirror because I broke it. Yes, it broke, but I saved the pieces for another project. So for now, I'm just going to use a hexagon shaped backing of a mirror. And I'm going to go in with some Mod Podge, and I'm going to use my little Mod Podge comb, brush, whatever you want to call it. And my good friend Lisa gave this to me, so she was so sweet. And look at this. This works so wonderfully. Oh my goodness. It just spreads everything like butter. So nice. So once I get all my Mod Podge spread on, I'm taking some of this really pretty tissue paper from the Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to lay it right on top and smooth it out as best as I can. And if there's a few little wrinkles, I don't mind. I prefer the character of it. It gives it character. And so I'm going to cut off any excess, any big chunks of this tissue paper, and I'm going to go in with some more of the Mod Podge on the top. And this time I'm just going to add just a little bit to my brush and just gently just spread it all over. And you want to go real gently because you don't want to rip the tissue paper. But if it does rip, it's not a big deal. Just add a little bit more and just touch it up that way. Tissue paper is pretty forgiving actually, so just do that. And so once that's done, set it aside to dry. And once it's dry, then I'm going to go in with my scissors and remove more of the bigger chunks. And once I cut those off, then I'll go in with my little finger utility knife and I will cut off, or should I say remove, any of the excess pieces that are on the side. So I'll just use this and go around until I get it all nice and flush and get it nice and neat. And now it's just as easy as adding this backing back onto the frame, this hexagon frame, and closing up all the little clips. And so once I got that on there, I'm taking this cute little vinyl that I created with my Cricut, and it says Mom is Wow. So if you look at it upside down, it still says Mom is Wow. So I thought that was super cute because yeah, Mom is wow. Definitely she's a wow. And so I just stick it on there with my contact paper from the Dollar Tree, and I'm picking up some more of these boxwood greenery from Walmart, and this time I'm going to add them to the sides of this frame just to give it a little bit of uniqueness. So once I place them where I think I want them, all I have to do is add a little dab of glue and set them on there, and I'll do the same thing to the other side. And look, they're looking so cute. It's looking a little bit more unique, where usually we add the greenery up top or on the bottom. So I just place it on the sides. And now I'm going to add a little bit of color, just these tiny little purple flowers from the Dollar Tree. They came off of those greenery bouquets. And so I'm just going to add a little bit here on the corner and a little bit on this other corner. And I did add Mod Podge to the front of the wording, Mom is Wow. And she is done. What do you guys think? For DIY number 3 and my last DIY of the day, I'm taking this little wooden bowl or plate, and I got it for $1.50 at my thrift store, but it has a raw sticker on the back that says it's a whole lot more. But anyway, I had a hard time removing this sticker, but I had to use my heat gun and it came off, no problem. I left the other sticker on because I thought it was cute. So I'm going to go in with my sandpaper and just rough it up a little bit, especially the sides. I'll go ahead and go around the whole perimeter of it, and I also do the inside just to rough it up a little bit, and that way I can distress it. I like the base color of it. It's very natural, very pretty, so I'm going to leave it as is. I'm not going to paint it or stain it. I'm just going to add a little bit of the plaster chalk paint by Waverly, and I'm going to just add a little bit to a chippy brush and just dab some and remove most of it on my paper towel. Just have a tiny little bit on my brush, and I'm just going to distress. And mostly I'm going to do all the sides, the perimeter, to just help define all the edges. So I'll do all the edges for sure, and I'll go a little bit heavier on the edges, and then I'll go lightly on the inside. And I actually do the back as well, but I don't film it. But I will show you later that I did do the back. So I just keep adding and distressing until I get it where I want it. And once I get that done, I'm going to set that aside to dry. It doesn't take long to dry because it's chalk paint and it's very little. So here it is all dry, front and back. And so now I'm going to go in with another Cricut decal that I created. And this one says Cat Mom. And I thought, oh my goodness, gotta celebrate the cat moms. I'm one of them. I gotta admit, I'm one of them. So I'm just going to add this decal and use my contact paper from Dollar Tree. And look how cute. And I don't need to embellish because I like the way it looks. And that is it. So what do you guys think? It's super easy. This one's super, super easy. And I'd like to take a moment to thank MomDas from MomDas Life Handmade for inviting me to participate in her collaboration. I had a fun time. And so I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. And until my next video, stay healthy, safe, and strong, and have a great, great day. Bye-bye.